With this auction happening of all these artifacts, mostly from the Brady Bunch, but some other things from your life, we should talk obviously about her sister's shadow, because when the term Marcia became something that, with, like I said, is in the script up for auction, it became a catchphrase.
Marcia. That line actually wasn't famous when we did the show or after the show. It wasn't famous until it was in a parody sketch on Saturday Night Live. So it wasn't because of that line that got popular. It was only because it was in Saturday Night Live that it got popular.
Really?
Yeah.
This is blowing my mind, Eve, because I just kind of feel like that was always like the catchphrase.
Nope.
Were you like cool with just kind of this ongoing narrative that you were the, by comparison, like the relatively awkward child?
I don't think it was at the time. It wasn't, it wasn't, I didn't feel that way. I didn't notice it. It wasn't part of it. You have to remember Brady Bunch was really not popular or considered interesting at the time. So it's only after the fact that all of these themes and digging into it and discussing and figuring it out, all of that's happened. Before that, it was just the TV show and we did it, and it either made good ratings or it didn't. It was not considered relevant. It was considered saccharine. And, there were things, the concurrent shows were like Mod Squad and other, hard hitting TV shows. So we were just sort of filler. We were seen as filler. And I met very few adults who would admit watching it or would say, the phrase I would hear a lot when I would tell them what I was doing was, I don't watch television. The thing that people talked about most, or that was the biggest deal at that time, was that the parents shared a bed. Because until then, parents had always had to have twin beds. So yeah, that was like the premise of the show was not shocking, but interesting and different in my mind anyway. But we're coming on the heels of a lot of 60s movies where I mean, the standards hadn't changed yet. So all of the Doris Day, Rock Hudson stuff had to be very vanilla and safe. So a lot of things hadn't really opened up yet. So it was considered very safe, and I think that was our lane, and we stayed in it.
I was looking at some of the things that are available in this auction, and one of them is like a Los Angeles Times article of the new shows that were coming out in 1969, and it basically said it panned the Brady Bunch. It said it was like the worst show or one of them. And why'd you save that? Did it bother you when you saw that? Or did you save it so you could show them that they were wrong?
It's like seeing, there was a guy many years ago that was saying, well, everything that could be invented has been invented. We can just stop worrying about that now. I think it's hilarious when a pronouncement has proved wrong.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Have you gotten the stuff I was just telling you? Have you gotten a lot of feedback from either girls back then or women now, or even girls who are watching the reruns now, who have expressed to you the fact that they liked how realistic, or, could you have any stories about, fans saying, thank you, Jan, or thank you, Eve, for being the relatable Brady?
Yes, I do have people thanking me for it, and that's great. It's just, what's great is that the fans are always very, very nice, our Brady fans, and it's great to have been able to be part of their lives.